This isn't gonna work well.
It's fun.
Sometimes he's naughty. Sometimes he's nice. But every time he's Dirt Guy. It's Dirt Guy Drive Time with your host, Dirt Guy. Hey, welcome to Dirt Guy Drive Time and happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. Well, I'm certain, not certain everybody's happy this Cinco de Mayo. Hey, thanks for all the comments. Sorry, I'm adjusting my seatbelt here. Thanks for all the comments from yesterday's video. Looks like a lot of people are in the same boat I am, and I would say that the Dirt Nation, which is all of us, we represent the bulk of the American populace, if not the global populace. So what we think is what they think, and so things better change soon, or there are going to be some problems, I think. That's what I think. I'm not going to cause any trouble, however. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I pay my taxes, and, well, eventually, I pay my taxes. I pay my bills, except for right now. And I drink coffee, drink beer, play with the model railroad. Hey, speaking about the model railroad thing, very excited to be making a video coming up here soon where I'm going to be putting some decoders in some locomotives. Now, if I said that yesterday, forgive me. Yesterday was a long time ago, and because it was Cuatro de Mayo. Arriba! That's what I'm thinking. So I'm very excited about that. It's putting the decoder in, programming the locomotive, and then speed matching a couple of them to be able to run on my railroad in a consist. Now, if I just lost a bunch of you people who are not model railroaders, please forgive. We no talk about no more in this episode, I promise. I don't know what accent that was, but I worked pretty hard for it, is what I'm saying. So, let's talk Cinco de Mayo for un momento, por favor. It's the Spanish version of Dirt Guy Drive Time. You know about, well, first of all, okay, I'm starting over. Let's talk about Cinco de Mayo, por favor. So, a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, Cindy Brown, my wife, the queen of everything, and I went to Cinco de Mayo at like a local kind of bar kind of thing, but it's like one of those streets where there's like a little clubs and bars, and people sort of bar crawl and that kind of thing. We went there to have some r.i.p. And while we're getting our De Mayo on, lo and behold, guess who walks through the door? Yep, Dennis Rodman, former NBA basketball player. Now, I might not have otherwise known it was Dennis Rodman. I mean, sure, he was like 9 feet tall, way more pierced and tattooed than I remember from the young man, wearing shades. But to let everybody know, so there was no mistake, he had his Rodman Lakers shirt on. What a tool. It's like, in case y'all don't recognize me, I'm Dennis Rodman. I'm wearing my shirt, my jersey, my tank top, I guess, because he's not actually playing, so it's a tank top. So it was just fun, just watch him sort of work the room and see these young girls going, oh, you're Dennis Rodman, yeah, whatever. It was pathetic. Got a picture of him, though. I ain't lying. Cindy did, too. We were going to go say something just so we could be retarded ooglers like the rest of them, but A, you're not allowed to say retarded. B, I don't oogle, baby. I Google, but I don't oogle. There is a difference, distinct difference. Hey, I used Google last night to research a whole bunch of stuff for my model railroad. Oops. I said I wasn't going to say anything more about it. Sorry. Bought some new stuff. Very excited. Anyway, back on Cinco de Mayo. You know, this is the first Cinco de Mayo since the Mayans started celebrating it. That people haven't gone out and got their Corona on. Or, oh, I think that's ironic. I think I heard that already. I don't think that's original, but because of the coronavirus, you can't go out and drink your Coronas for Cinco de Mayo. Well, that just adds insult to injury. That's a cold slap in the face with a long neck. I disagree with that course of action, Your Honor. I object. Where was I? Oh, Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, so, you know, what are we going to do? Now, I party every night with Cindy Brown, my wife, the queen of everything. We get the music going, we get some booze going, and we work on stuff, and we laugh, we talk, and it was a good time. It is a good time every night. So it won't be much different for us, although we might be going Arriba more, just to be, in the zone, I guess, of Cinco de Mañana, or whatever, Cinco on today. It'll be fun, I think. Of course it'll be fun. It's always fun. Why am I babbling? I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Here's why. Oh, that's good stuff. I sure love that stuff. So, interesting. Not to belabor the point from yesterday's video, or no, it was a couple days ago. Whenever it was I did it. They're all running together when you party like we do. We party like Rodman, yo. Where was I? Oh, yes. So interesting. I guess I must exude this sort of new spiritual journey thing that I'm on, because one of the superintendent I work with strikes up a conversation with me today about, this. Oh, I'm mocking him now. I don't want to mock him. He's a good dude. So I'll say to my voice and pretend you hear Daffy Duck. He says to me, this whole thing, there's parts of the Bible that talk about this, and boom, we're off to the races. I was talking about this kind of stuff. The end times, the plagues, the mark of the beast, all this kind of stuff. So apparently he's got some of that going in his bailiwick as well. But for me, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my rearview mirror because I see a car of the police persuasion approaching, and I might have to stop talking unless I'm on my cell phone. I could be on my cell phone right now talking, couldn't I? So I think it's a sheriff, and they don't actually do anything on the freeway normally, but this could be my lucky day. Come on, you can go by. There he goes. There he goes. Yeah, it's a sheriff. Howdy, sheriff. New sheriff in town. Ah, whoa. Ah, I almost hit a tire. Where was I? I keep getting lost. What the hell? Oh, but one of the things he pointed out that this is a belief system I was raised in, so I'm not saying this is a thing. I'm just saying this was ingrained in us back in the day, and I don't think I need to take that call. I'll call them when I'm done with you. Ingrained with us back in the day that, all of a sudden, all the born-again believers in Christ are just going to disappear. They call it a rapture. And we're all gone. And that's when the shit really hits the fan. So I'm not saying that's a thing. I'm not saying it's not a thing. But since that was like what I learned in Sunday school from the time just barely after being a sperm, it kind of resonates a little bit. I'm like, am I going to be part of the thing? If it's a thing, or if it's not a thing, do I really need to worry about it being a thing? I know, I will call you back. I don't know. My take on that. But for right now, I've decided that it cannot happen, even if it's going to happen, until I finish my model railroad. Boom, there you go again, talking about the model railroad. I cracked myself up. I'm gonna change lanes here real quick. So these are my random thoughts. One last thing about work. This is great. So we get this change in one of the rooms. I know, a change in one of these rooms, or 10 rooms at the hotel I'm building, or that actually my buddy is building. I'm just sort of overseeing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And it's like, okay, we get some new furniture, so all these plugs and data outlets have to move. Okay, keep in mind, drywalled walls, textured, primer is going on ahead of paint. 3 floors, 10 rooms, move them. And I was like, oh man, I don't want to do that. It just gets us behind her. So in studying the situation and making some phone calls, I came up with a solution to use what was already there and make it work. So I reported to the Cobra, who shall not be named. I reported to him, hey, homie, home slice, gee, made this happen. It's not going to cost you anything. And I said, for the record, we could have taken what you gave us and gone to the races and cut into all those walls and charged you a fortune to move those plugs. But instead, consistent with our commitment to do things at no cost, I found a better solution for it. And I would appreciate it if you would acknowledge as much. I wanted him to send back a response going, yep, Steve, that was a hell of a job. Thanks, sir. I sent him about 5 or 6 other emails today, and I was actually on the phone with him 4 times. He never once mentioned that email to me. He didn't say thank you. He didn't say okay. He didn't say roger that, Ghost Rider. I'm getting traffic again. So, if you're gonna call and get up in my grill for something we did that you don't like, at least you can appreciate when we have gone above and beyond to save you some money, validating our claims. Anyway, whatever, he's a tool, and so is the vid, which is why you can't do Cinco de Mayo tonight, so you might as well just sit around and play with your model railroad. Boom, I'll end it on that. Hey, thanks for joining me for this ramble session here on Dirt Guy Drive Time. And until I see you again, my name is Steve Brown, and Arriba!